I'm not sure what to say in advance, so let me just get into it. We start this time around with Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown, which is a relatively famous, not always by the title, but it was the first Western music, pop music record to feature a sitar. So a lot of people know it from that. It was not a single. It was an album track from Rubber Soul. So it didn't actually make the pop charts, but it is still one of the Beatles' better known songs, in large part because, like I said, of that use of the sitar for the first time in Western music. We follow that up from a song from their second album with the Beatles, Not a Second Time. Good little song, also not a single. I think we had just two singles this time around, one of which was a big hit and the other not so much so. But anyway, that's what I should have said at the beginning. Not a Second Time, also not a single. Decent little song, kind of interesting, and just one of those things where John says, I'm not doing this again. I dig it. And then we have the biggest hit this time around. It went to number 3 on the Hot 100, Nowhere Man. Very well-known song, also from Rubber Soul. Really kind of heartbreaking, kind of viewed from this more modern context, and just thinking about how John was kind of probably feeling very lost. And there's a few songs in this era where you see and a part of me just wants to go back in time and talk to him more about it to get a better sense of that lost loneliness he was probably feeling, even though he was one of the most famous people in the world at the time. And then the other single we have this time around, it was from the White Album, and it was not released as a single until 1976 as part of that compilation that Capitol Records had put out of nostalgia. The first single that from that album made the top 10. That was Got to Get You Into My Life. Obla Di Obla Da, on the other hand, only made it to number 49. Didn't even crack the top 40. A silly little song, and listening to it now, I haven't really paid attention to it in a couple of decades at least. And seeing how it kind of uses cross-dressing and even potentially transgenderism as a humor thing, which was quite common when the song was recorded, and even would have been like 30, 40 years ago. Doesn't sit as well nowadays, and I get that. And a silly little song, and it's okay, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Octopus's Garden. I found myself really kind of enjoying it. I was just kind of singing along absent-mindedly. It's a fun little song by Ringo that George kind of helped him write from Abbey Road. Our last two songs, in fact, are from Abbey Road, because not only Octopus's Garden, but also Oh Darling, which is somewhat popular amongst young people these days, which is cool. I don't know why, but it's cool. And I remember reading somewhere that John really wanted Paul to let him sing it, but Paul wouldn't.